Hi, I'm Ace, and in this video I'm going to talk about this bass and these strings. So, first off, the guitar. This is a Martin D Jr-10E. That is to say that it's a acoustic electric super short scale bass guitar. I bought this because I'm a big fan of these short scale acoustic bass guitars. This is a 24-inch scale length, so it's even shorter than a standard acoustic guitar. And these type of basses use sort of a basically nylon strings. And nylon, the reason they can do that is nylon tension's different than like steel or bronze strings. So you can have a shorter scale length, but you don't have super fat strings. But anyway, I'm a big fan of these bass guitars. I think sort of like the entry level is like the Ibanez Parlor bass, and I wanted to upgrade, so I bought this Martin, and this is from their Junior series. This is a scaled down dreadnought body, and I'm also a big fan of Martin's Junior series because my main acoustic guitar is actually their mini dreadnought Junior. So I decided I'd try out their bass. This is made of all solid wood, spruce top, sapele back and sides, which is, sapele is kind of like mahogany, I think. And yeah, I just wanted something that had a good acoustic tone. I mean, these are generally meant to be plugged in, but I wanted something that sounds nice and rich and full, you know, just without being plugged in. So that's why I have this. And to go with it, I bought these Aquila Flat Spiral strings. These strings are really cool. They are flat wound, which is another thing that I wanted, because the strings that generally come on these, including this one, they're just regular round wound sort of nylon strings, and they sound fine except for the E string, which for some reason always sounds just dead. It just makes like a thumpy sound to my ears, and it just doesn't sound good. It doesn't have as much volume. It doesn't have as much. It doesn't have the same tone as the rest of the strings. So I bought these to hopefully correct that problem, and I'm very happy to say that these actually do. The volume is good. And, you know, the tone is the same across all the strings. There's no weird low thumpiness in that E string. So I'm very happy with those Aquila Flat Spirals. They come in several different variants. They make them for short scale basses up to 24 inches in scale length. They also make them shorter for bass ukuleles, and they make them for up to 34 inches if you have a full scale bass guitar and want to try these out. So that's pretty cool that you have all these options with it. So one thing I do want to mention about this is, unfortunately, I just read this morning that the new version that Martin has come out with, these actually have a 25-inch scale length. So unfortunately, you can't use this particular string set on their newer version. So if you're gonna try out the Aquila Spirals, just make sure that the bass you're putting it on is no longer than 24 inches in scale length. And I can tell you there is absolutely no forgiveness within the length of these strings, because you can see on the E string here, maybe, that's just barely clearing the nut. So when I initially put it on, that silk part was actually extending past the nut here, and it took the string a couple hours to sort of stretch out, and then it got to this point. So that was a little bit worrying at first, but it's okay. But if your bass is any longer than 24 inches in scale length, then this particular string set is not going to work on it. But I just wanted to make a video about this because I think that this is a really nice combination. It's a good bass, acoustic bass guitar, good acoustic sound on its own without amplification, and I think these strings are, in my experience, the best of their kind. I think they're better than the standard, just like Diodario. I think Martin makes their own string set for this type of bass. But I just think these are better. They're a little more expensive, but you know, you got to spend more to get what you want sometimes. So I just wanted to play a few. I just want to give you a few samples of how this sounds acoustically, not plugged in at all. Just me in the room here with the microphone. So let's get into that. So one other thing I wanted to do in this video, since I'm sort of showcasing the acoustic tone of this, is to see if it's like loud enough to play along with other instruments. So what I've done here, I don't have anybody else here right now that can play, so I've sort of prepared an acoustic backing track, and I'm going to play along with it. I've tried to balance it as well as I can, as if all the other instruments were sitting here in the room with me. So I'm going to play that, and we'll see how it comes out. So there you have it. I hope that this was interesting or possibly enlightening in some way. But at any rate, thank you for watching and take care.